Hello, I'm back with my 19th video titled Cosmic Connections. Now, this series, Cosmic Connections, was inspired from my childhood days spent in a beautiful, idyllic place called Gomia on the banks of the Konark River in Jharkhand, India. Now, this stems from my fascination for fractals and repetitive patterns in nature. Now, today I have released my new series Cosmic Connections on my website, and I invite you to have a look into the series. Now, as the English poet William Blake said, to see the world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wild flower, hold infinity in the palms of your hand and eternity in an arm. And I intend to see the world and universe through patterns, a visual symphony through my new body of small works titled Cosmic Connections, which are all but a limited edition of canvas size 12 by 12 inches on stretch canvas, and they are just 8 in number, a limited edition indeed. This body of artwork titled Cosmic Connections is about shapes and how they describe a very important part of what we are and connected elements evolving from and revolving around a unifying center. I feel that recognition of patterns and shapes can profoundly affect how we see ourselves in relation to each other and the world in which we live, to embrace ideas that unite us and not divide us. In observing connections, we can establish associations that lead to kinship and the possibility of peace. I wondered what if I could recapture again and again the exquisite amazement we experience when seeing something for the first time. What if there was a key to unlock the precious place in which childlike curiosity is stored? Can I use this in my artwork? So I started seeing the world around me with my new eyes. The real voyage of discovery consists not in seeking new lands but in seeing with new eyes. This series of artwork titled Cosmic Connections utilizes geometry and pattern to examine ways in which geometrical shapes appear in flowers, leaves, and trees. Geometry is a study of shapes. Patterns describe the predictable ways in which things and events relate to each other. Together, geometry and patterns help us and tell us that patterns are expressed in the cosmos also. While researching for my series of videos on ancient Indian art, architecture, science and culture, I marveled as how ancient architects and sculptors could create perfect geometrical forms without a compass and a straight edge. Then I got hooked on the mandalas when I discovered that two intersecting circles contain the proportions necessary to create simple regular polygons like dyad, triangle, square, pentagon, hexagon, and so on. I have therefore chosen this passion flower with 5 petals and 5 sepals, and I call this painting Pentaria, and this represents a pentagon in nature. Now, similar to this, you would be surprised that within the circle a pentagon shape emerges And this painting is called the harmony because it harmonizes so many shapes and it has beauty within itself. This hallmark of 5 is found in stars and spirals and is called the golden ratio. This is a mathematical ratio that is the growth factor for living forms. The fertile pentagon represents its qualities of self-reflection and regeneration. From spiraling star-studded galaxies to unfurling ferns, whenever there is growth, the golden ratio is at work. The fertile pentagon perfectly expresses its quality of self-reflection and regeneration. For within and without its borders, spirals curl and unfurl, and stars find infinite expression. Now let me take you to the radius. That is this painting, which I have titled as Nufer, which represents a water lily. You can see the radials or the petals which are radiating outwards. Now radials are explosions gather our attention. The outreach of a flower's petal might catch the eye of a passing bee, just as a flower gives out its fragrance to whoever approaches or uses it. So, love from within radiates outwards to everybody and manifests as spontaneous service. The hexagon comes with 6 sides ready to hook up and get organized. This structure allows a hexagon to function in an orderly way, an attribute that works efficiently in situations when close packing is necessary, like a bee's honeycomb. I have shown this geometric shape in my painting of a tiger lily, which is this one, and it's called the hexagon punch. This is all of the size 12 by 12 inches on stretch canvas, ready to hang and at a very attractive price, available on my website. I have chosen this geometrical shape in my patterns of tiger lily, and while hexagonal patterns do appear in living organisms, they are more commonly found in inanimate natural forms like snowflakes. This shape is used in Hindu tantric traditions, but this is a philosophical side of patterns which I will explore later. As for now, I will just say that every flower is a soul blossoming in nature. Pattern observation involves more than you might think. While it may amuse and entertain, it also offers an opportunity to look more deeply into many areas of study, including those involving the weighted questions of life. Pattern is a combination of traits, tendencies, or qualities that form a consistent arrangement that then characterizes an individual or group. Mathematics has been described as a science of pattern, and maybe that is why I love mathematics in school. While behavioral patterns are the focus of psychological studies, artists like me delight in using patterns to adorn and embellish, while musicians utilize patterns and notes to create melodies. Now, concentric circles, that is one inside the other, are found in the horizontal cross section of a tree trunk. This spreads the essence to the world, overlapping and rippling with the rest of humanity, and all of us experience the effects of each other in our lives. The term butterfly effect was first used in 1969 by the meteorologist Edward Lawrence to describe the idea that small acts can create large results. Just as a tossed pebble sends ripples, if you throw a pebble into the water, into a still water, you will see ripples moving outwards, and we too create similar effects when we engage in the act of smiling and saying a kind word. So this is my painting based on concentric circles, and this is called the Centrum and is of the size 12 by 12 inches on stretch canvas. My next painting based on peaceful quadrant is based on the number 4. The number 4 comes as stability and solidarity. Solidity. While the perfectly symmetrical circle represents heaven, the stable square represents the solid nature of the earth form, and 4 represents a solid foundation and a desire for security and safety in the stability of non-change. Residing in the square is a cross made by either drawing lines from corner to corner or side to side. It symbolizes relationship and integration. Vertical and horizontal lines have been used to show the relationship between the divine, the vertical, and the earthly, that is horizontal. So I'll show you the other painting in my series called Peaceful Quadrant, which represents a square. If you see the square, and it has a vertical line and a horizontal line. This is called the Peaceful Quadrant. My last series for this art series called Cosmic Connections talks about fractals. Fractal is a term coined by Benoit Mandelbrot, a French-American mathematician considered to be the founder of fractal geometry. It is a rough or uneven geometric shape when subdivided is approximately a smaller size copy of the whole. I have studied fractals in the delicate flowers of a Queen Anne's lace and a succulent, and let me show you. This is called Tranquility, which represents a fractal. The small lace structures represents one unit, and the entire thing also forms the same shape, like, and hence it is called a fractal. And fractals are also exhibited in succulents. I have called this succulent medley. This shape, and if you take a cross section like this, it represents the same kind of growth and the same pattern, which is repeating again and again. Fractals and circles offer a glimpse into the boundless wall of self-similarity. Fractals don't explain the phenomenon of creation, but they do describe an aspect of the exquisite growth process that leads to creation. Fractals are patterns that can be generated using mathematical equations and also manifest in nature. The amazing feature of fractal images is that no matter how fractured the pattern appears to be, repeated magnification reveals the same similar pattern. In nature, we can observe this feature on the surface of a rock that upon closer inspection resembles the hillside from which it came. Fractal science is used in model phenomena for study in the fields of science and statistics to understand complex and seemingly disordered systems in nature. Now let me end this video with the words of Galilee, who said, quote, "The great book of nature is written in the language of mathematics," unquote. And the quote, which is anonymous, "The universe is always trying to connect with us by showing some specific numbers randomly and repeatedly. These numbers are called angelic numbers. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I invite you again to visit my website for these artwork series titled Cosmic Connections. The link to my website is just below this video, and I offer you a discount till 15th of January 2022, 10% if you take up 2 paintings. You get a discount of 10%, and if you pick up 3 paintings you get a discount of 15%. So make use of this opportunity, and I hope you these paintings find a place, a permanent place in your home and office. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.